War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. As these two powerful forces prepare to clash, only one will rise victorious when the dust settles. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and the FLGS Partners, Warfire Minis, and X-Planet.
Hello and welcome to Season of War! Tonight we're excited to bring you another game of Age of Sigmar. Ridge, you bring out the Maggotkin of Nurgle again. Yep,
the filthy Maggotkin of Nurgle are back.
Yes, sir. Facing off against them, the YouTube members chose for me to play the Idoneth Deepkin. Took some pointers with the list and had some fun throwing this together, so excited to test it out. But just before we jump into things, a couple of quick announcements. First, we have our campaign going to try and get our Beasts of Chaos Army commission painted, so hoping to do that soon.
Yes.
Got a new battle tome coming, so we're excited for that. Hope to get that army on the table. We've only ever had it on once, I think once or twice.
Yeah,
so.
Simeon, I think, played it before,
yeah, over 3-4 years now. We gotta get it on some more.
It's such a strong book. We'd love to see it, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, you can help out with that, as well as just obviously our YouTube membership. All our members are the backbone of the channel, make everything possible, so thank you guys so much. And then lastly, we are playing the Maggotkin and Deepkin here today, but we have a special guest. The Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince Games Workshop was kind enough to send us this battle tome like right as it was releasing.
Yep.
And we're excited to finally be getting some of the new models on the table and painted up. So excited for him. We'll see if he comes up big at all in this game.
He might not be in his home faction, but the Nurgle Demon Prince seems to be one that people are
the most popular one. Yeah, so. For sure. But otherwise, the mission we're playing today is Silk Steel Nests. So 8 objectives across the table, 4 on each side. Hold 1, hold 2, hold more, scoring. So pretty standard there. And then the only interesting note is from the second battle round on, you can burn one of your opponent's objectives if you're within one of the center. And you're potentially taking D3 mortal wounds back, depending on your bravery check.
But extra point.
Extra point for that. So a couple extra points possible in this match. But Rich, you want to jump in and take us through your list?
Yeah, okay, so I took a Drowned Men list. I have a kind of mix of a ton of different models, so not really benefiting from any one in particular. So yeah, it's just a pregame move on the bugs and the Lord of Afflictions. But essentially the list is the Lord of Afflictions. He's got the classic loadout for Overpowering Stench, which is just so good, turning off CP. And then he's got the Split Arm Helm. And then I have the Demon Prince from the Slaves book, as we said. He's Nurgle, obviously in Nurgle, so he's got the heroic action to shut up ward saves. So that's going to be interesting, just kind of see if that comes up. You do have actually quite a few ward saves all on the board with the Namarti on the boat and blah blah, everything else. And then I do have a Rotbringer Sorcerer. He has the Arcane Tome as well as my enhancement. So he's got 2 spells. He's got Rancid Visitations, which is a spell that does mortal wounds to things within 7 on a 2-up. So it's the amount of models. And then he's got Mystic Shield, Arcane Bolt. And then for battle line, I have 10 Plague Bears, 10 Blight Kings, and a unit of 2 Pusco Blight Lords, and then a unit of 3 drones. I haven't really ran the drones too much. I have more that I kind of want to get built up and then run Joining Guard or more of them. But they're demons, so summoning Sloppity, negating pile-ins.
Can be tricky.
With the Plague Bears too. And they have a shooting attack, so yeah, they're kind of a good fun mix. And then I actually have a Gorby's Chariot, my second unit from Slaves. I have 2 of these now, so obviously in Slaves they're going to be cool, but they still have that cool mechanic, right, to do the D6 mortals after combat. Yeah, so that's the list. And then I have
the aforementioned Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince.
Yeah, and spell Portal, as we'll see with the spell if it does go up. And then a unit of 3 Nurglings too. Just great to be able to
for generating the contagion.
Exactly, get in the opponent's zone. And they're just kind of annoying. 5-up ward, you know, just that's classic. So yeah, this is just a huge mix of stuff. Essentially, I want to play a bunch of different. I was in between bringing Archaon or bringing Bellicor. That's what's cool. You can bring lots of allies. So.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, for me, I'm playing Idoneth Deepkin. More Fawn, some classic pieces that I like to run, namely 30 Thralls in a big block. I got a Soul Render backing them up, so bringing 3 plus D3 back.
Yep, so good.
Otherwise, I have 2 units of 10 Reavers. And then rather than more Reavers like I often do, I got two packs of Sharks. For just obviously the mixed arms threat.
Yep.
And
they're fast, which is great.
Yeah, very fast, so that helps. And then my general today is an Eidolon of the Storm. This is the first time I've actually run the Storm with the new Battle Tome, so for 6 months now.
We used to see him a lot in AOS too.
Yeah, but still solid. He definitely got a little worse, but he's still a good unit. So I'm excited to test him out here and see what he can do.
And Arcane Tome, I think you said.
Yeah,
too,
Arcane Tome on him. He's got the trait, so he can do a monstrous action. Is his general trait.
Oh, that's right.
Arcane Tome, Flaming Weapon. Yeah, that loadout. Cool. And then again, I mentioned the Soul Render, and then I also have Lotan here. So giving out another ritual once per game is super big.
Yep.
And then the +1 to wound aura never hurts either. So doubling up on that, I'll be +1 to wound all over the place.
Yep. Sweet.
Here though, Ridge, with your pregame move, because I actually outdropped you.
Yeah.
No surprise, 1 drop.
Do my pregame first.
Yeah, you get to do your pregame move, and then I'll choose who goes first.
Yeah.
And back from the pregame move, Bugs came forward, threatening my 2 sharks, which are kind of on their own.
Yep.
And because of that, I actually think I'm going to take first turn here.
My plan worked!
Yeah, so we'll jump into it, going into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 1.
Sounds good.
Taking the initiative to dictate the battle, the Idoneth battle tactic is Desecrate their lands. The Idoneth ritual is the ritual of Deep Sight, and the Maggotkin nominate a Proving Ground. The Eidolon uses Heroic Leadership, and the Lord of Afflictions uses their Finest Hour. Lotan uses Fount of the Willpower to grant the ritual of Deep Sight to the Thralls. The Eidolon casts Mystic Shield but is unbound. The first unit of Reavers shoot at the Blight Lords, dealing 5 damage. The Alopexes also shoot at the Blight Lords, dealing 2 damage. The second unit of Reavers use all-out attack and deal 7 damage to the Gore Beast Chariot. The other Alopexes shoot at the Plague Bearers, dealing 2 damage. Shifting into a defensive formation, the Deepkin complete their battle tactic and score 4 points.
All right, Idoneth Deepkin turn 1 was more repositioning than anything. I took first, but I'm not really too concerned about the double. You're not going to be super fast and aggressive into me. And I didn't want to just lose those sharks like by giving away the turn. If you just move, you know what I mean? You could just go in there, go take them out.
Made the charge.
I don't really have the speed to answer with the stuff over here.
Yeah.
That's the risk of being a 1 drop is where all my stuff is.
And the 30 block is good, but it's a huge footprint, right?
Yep. And so I spread out a little bit, did some chip shooting. Almost took your chariot down, left him on 1 wound.
Yeah.
Left one of the pus royals on 1 wound. So some decent damage, but nothing fully taken out.
Yep. Yeah, the Gore Beast Chariot's never made it into combat, so maybe he will today.
Yeah. We'll see. That's it, though, for my turn. And we'll go into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 1.
Let's go.
Capitalizing on the L's hesitation, the Nurgle battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. The cycle of corruption begins on the burgeoning. The Lord of Affliction fails Heroic Leadership, and Lotan uses Heroic Willpower. The Rotbringer Sorcerer has Umbral Spell Portal unbound, then fails to cast Mystic Shield. The Nurglings deep strike into the battlefield. The Reavers unleash hell, dealing 5 damage to the Lord of Afflictions. The Blight Lords deal 4 mortal wounds on impact. The Lord of Afflictions attack, dealing 3 damage to the Reavers. The Reavers fight back, but deal no damage. Nurgle's disease points finish off the Reavers. Already spreading Grandfather's dark blessings, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
Alrighty, back from Maggotkin of Nurgle turn 1. Some things happened, some charges were made, and some disease was spread.
Yes.
The kind of big thing at the end of it came down to sequencing and if I was going to lead the thralls out of combat, essentially. So my whole plan in this turn was to hold more, bring the Nurglings down, and kill the 10 Reavers. So all of that stuff happened like exactly the way I wanted it to.
And managed to just, again, stay outside of 3 of the thralls, outside of 3 of the shark.
Yeah, with the pile-in. So originally I was within 3 because I couldn't get out, but then with my pile-in I was able to
piled around
a little bit over, so I got outside. So yeah, at the end of the day, I got everything I needed to, and I was able to keep them out. He just barely did it. Thank God I have the overpowering stench.
Yes.
So that no matter what, the one would have ran.
Yeah.
Because I think with the mortal wounds after disease, 1 would have been left. But yeah, not being able to use the command points is so huge. So yeah, got my 1-2 more and my tactic spearhead, and we'll see a big prow turn 2.
Yep, into priority.
Yep.
I'm winning ties. That's a 1 though.
Good job, Jordan. Keeping it consistent.
Yes, sir. So.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the turn here. Seems like the smart thing to do.
Sounds good. We'll go into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 2.
Let's go.
Clearly favored by the Dark Gods, the Nurgle battle tactic is desecrate their lands. The cycle of corruption advances to Plague of Misery. The Demon Prince uses Eroding Miasma. The Rotbringer casts Umbral Spellporter and Rancid Visitations, dealing 11 mortals to the thralls. The Maggotkin spends 7 contagion points to summon a sloppity bilepiper. Gross. The plague drones shoot, killing 1 thrall and 3 reavers. The Alopexes unleash hell on the Blight Lords, but deal no damage. The Lord of Afflictions deals 2 mortals to the Alopexes on impact. The Blight Lords use all-out attack and the Thralls defend, but suffer 14 wounds. The Alopexes attack the Blight Lords, dealing 7 damage. The Demon Prince attacks the Thralls, killing 4. The Reavers attack the Blight Kings, dealing 6 damage. The Blight Kings attack the garrisoned Reavers and take them out. The Lord of Affliction deals just 1 damage to the Alopexes. Nurgle's disease points deal 3 mortals in total. The Reavers use Inspiring Presence, and the Soul Render returns 6 models. Pushing deep into enemy territory, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score... You didn't write how many points, so... score question mark points. I'll make something up. And score 5 points. That sounds right.
Okay, so back from Nurgle turn 2, and it was a bloodbath. A lot of things happened. A lot of starting with Rancid Visitations, which I knew like that's an insane spell with the spell portal. So that's what you see here.
You rolled a 9 and then a 10 for your 2 spells.
Yeah,
so,
and then you had what was it, 26 guys that were within 7 of the other end of that portal.
Yeah.
So it was nuts. I think at the end of it, because you had the 5-up ward, the Demon Prince wasn't in. I think you took 10 or so.
10 or 11,
right off the bat. So amazing start. Got kind of everything in, and this is where we see the Demon Prince turning off the ward was amazing.
Yeah.
So more, I kind of didn't. At first, you think like, oh, the Demon Prince sucks. He's not that strong, but it's more he takes the ward off so that the 2 bugs or other units can really do.
And
some
they're
damage.
in Bounty Hunters. Like combined, it was 20 wounds done by the 2 units.
Yeah, with just the damage.
And yeah, the bugs and the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
And with the ward, that's what, 13, 18, like oh, sorry, 12 or 13 going through rather than 20.
Which is crazy how just perfect that was kind of for this situation. I did only roll, I think, like 3 6s of all of those attacks. So only put 3 or 4 disease max, which I did a couple mortals at the end. But I didn't finish the thralls off. So we see here, like always, Thrall Master just bringing back 3
Soul
plus
Render.
D3, or Soul Render 3 plus D3. So good.
Cool. Well, a lot of thralls have died this turn.
Yes.
But yeah,
they
otherwise,
come back.
we'll jump into Idoneth Deepkin turn 2.
Sounds good.
Eager for retribution, the Idoneth battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. The Lord of Afflictions use heroic leadership. The Thralls rally, returning 3 models. The Eidolon casts Flaming Weapon but is unbound. The Alapexes shoot at the Blight Lord, who uses all of defense and finishes him off. The other Alapexes shoot at the Plague Bearers, dealing 3 damage. The Eidolon fails his stomp. The Thralls attack and take out the Lord of Afflictions. The Demon Prince attacks the Alapexes, but deals just 2 damage. The Eidolon uses all-out attack, dealing 9 damage to the Plague Bearers. The Demon Prince uses all-out defense as the Alapexes attack, dealing 7 damage. The Soul Render returns 7 Thralls, and Nurgle's Disease finishes off the Alapex. Eliminating threats and reclaiming ground, the Idoneth complete their battle tactic for 4 points.
Idoneth Deepkin turn 2 again was pretty solid. I'm content.
Yeah.
Could have been a little better. Namely, just the Demon Prince. You know, I was thinking, oh, 8 wounds. Shark should be able to do 8 wounds.
Yeah.
Even, you know, he's got a good save. Forgot he's up to 10 wounds now.
Yeah.
I only did 7, but hey, at least he's not alive on 1. So.
That's right. And 6-up ward too. I made 2.
Yeah, 2. You made a couple. Yeah,
so just randomly, his little 6-up ward is cute, but it saved him 2 wounds. So
yeah. So, and then the disease finished off that other shark actually. So that was unfortunate.
Yep.
Though I've been bringing back lots of thralls. You know, 3 in the rally, another 5.
It's the worst.
These like
kill the Namarti units. We know this.
Like I've been running this a ton over the past year, like the 30 block, and this is why it's just so resilient. Like even though you know here you were able to turn off my wards, but
that one little mistake is already the whole turn. I'm just like, God, all you can think about is if I would have just put that guy within 7.
Yep, and push stuff to start threatening and capturing your objectives.
Yeah.
Did a bunch of damage to the Plague Bearer, Eidolon of the Storm. He still hits good.
That was a crazy amount of damage, and I absolutely spiked the 5-up ward to keep
You did.
them
Oh,
alive.
they should have been dead.
Yes.
Would have got me a hold more, so that denied me a point.
Yeah.
The big wards there.
The Nurgle
I mean,
5-up.
it's not like that's 5-ups, right?
That's
they can be
Nurgle,
swinging.
yeah.
Yep.
Classic.
But it does deny me a point, so you're up 2 right now. And I think that's everything. Again, happy with the Eidolon of the Storm. I could have charged the Sharks in and maybe tried to finish off that unit.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be more important to capture that point, make it harder for you to score.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to go back on a later turn.
And
now I can go
Had
all
you
forward.
done that too, pending on your charge, I had
You
the
pulled guys
right
because
farts.
of him.
I would have pulled
Exactly.
so you couldn't pile
exactly.
in.
Yep. Yep.
So probably.
And that's why I
better.
shot at them rather than shooting at
Yeah, and take
at
the
guy.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right.
So, Prio.
Priority 2. It's cocked. 100% cocked.
Oh, don't touch my die. Oh no, now I got Jordan's Prio luck on the die.
It
Same
was
spot
gonna be
and
a
cocked
2.
again. Should we change it?
No, you gotta keep rolling it.
Yeah, okay.
3rd time's the charm. That's a 2. Bridge wins ties.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
All right. So we'll go into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 2.
Overjoyed to continue spreading their filth and rot, the Nurgle battle tactic is gaining momentum. The cycle of corruption advances to nauseous revulsions, and the Idoneth declare a proving ground. The Demon Prince and Soulrender both use heroic leadership. The Thralls rally but return no models. The Rotbringer casts Arcane Bolt and Mystic Shield on the Blight Kings. The Thralls redeploy, moving 2 inches. The Maggotkin spend 14 contagion points to summon 10 Plague Bearers. The Plague Drones shoot at the Alopex and deals no damage. The Alopex attacks, dealing 4 damage to the Blight Kings. The Blight Kings use all-out attack, dealing 5 wounds to the Alopex and 3 to the Thralls. The Plague Drones finish off the Alopex. Nurgle's disease points kill 2 Thralls, but the Soulrender returns 4 models. Unstoppable in their slow march forward, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and score 5 points.
Alrighty, so back from Nurgle turn 3, we are all jammed up. That's kind of where Nurgle wants to be.
Yep.
Some interesting things, interesting interactions in this turn was because you fought first. Originally, I was going to try to just gum this up and kill as much as I could. But the wheel turned to, you can't pile into me no matter what, like not just the demons.
Yep.
So then I thought I'll just stay outside 2-inch reach, like 2.1.
So I can't hit you.
Kill the shark, and then just tag you so that you don't have retreat and charge next turn, so you won't be able to, you'll just be in combat with me and then you can't pile in. So it's just such a good ability, like this part. Unbelievably good. And then as you were going, I'm kind of alluding to, because you had to fight first.
Yep. It meant you could pile in further. Because I activate while I'm at 2 inches, can't pile in, can't get any attacks in.
So
then
you would activate both of the shark and then I can activate with my units.
Yep.
So then in that situation, I put 4 into each with the Blight Kings at least. Killed a few. You got the 5-up ward because it's turn 3, high tide, so you get your ward. Yeah, and then just now I'm just kind of gonna just sit there and hold you up there and just kind of, like you said at the beginning, it's 8 objectives, so you just want to kind of stay around the board.
Dance around, And Demon Prince took 1, which gives you the hold more as well.
Yes, and
you would have had it already. But
you made it the proving ground here, because I was actually going to retreat him and touch this point and get that one. But then because you made that the proving ground, I
went the other way.
Went the other way with the Demon Prince. I was just about to grab a die for priority, but it is going to be your turn.
Yes, it is. So we'll just jump into it. Going into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 3.
Sounds good.
Struggling to hold their ground, the Idoneth battle tactic is eye for an eye. The Eidolon fail heroic leadership, and the Demon Prince heroically recovers 1 wound. The Plague Bearers redeploy, moving 4 inches. The Alopexes shoot at the Rotbringer, dealing just 1. The Eidolon uses Forge of Victory and makes his charge. Lotan attacks the Demon Prince, dealing 2 damage. The Soul Render fights next, using all-out attack and finishing off the Demon Prince. The Alopexes attack the Plague Bearers, taking out the unit. The Eidolon attacks, dealing 9 damage to the Plague Bearers. Taking big risks and striving to fight for victory, the Deepkin complete their battle tactic and score 4 points.
Idoneth Deepkin turn 3 was, again, fairly solid based on the position I was in. Again, not being able to pile in this round from the Cycle of Corruption was huge.
Massive.
So I just pulled out the Thralls, kind of vacating that section. I couldn't really, there's no point in staying there.
No.
I was just going to be getting hit, and wanted to come over here, try and take this side of the board back. It also kind of helps cover my little plan with my 2 heroes to throw them into the Demon Prince.
Yes, which you did that very well, because I did not, like Jordan said that he didn't want to do kill him, hold more, or like do Finest Hour.
Yeah, either of those. I was thinking of doing gaining momentum. Well, not that I could have done gaining momentum. Eye for an eye, I got either way, but I wanted to, that was part of my plan.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do Finest Hour.
Yes.
And in hindsight, I also realized, Lotan gives +1 to it anyway, so there was no point.
It's still the classic, like in the old edition.
You have to be careful.
Slay the Warlord, and you're like, okay, Finest Hour. It's like you want to try to hide that what you're trying to do, and I didn't see it coming. And
you could have even redeployed and denied a charge if, if you like.
And even because you're -1 to charge there, even though you got in, it was still like he could have survived.
4 wounds left.
But you got him. Like you took him down.
I mean, the Deepkin heroes, it's like you don't obviously you don't see everyone throwing their little 5-wound heroes into combat like that.
Because they're so important.
Typically, but here, like, they're actually decent in combat, right? 8 attacks on Lotan, 9 with his own. The other guy has 7 attacks, 4 at 2 damage, so they're like decent in combat. He still, even if he had I would have had the chance to slay a model at the end as well. On 2d6.
Nice.
Oh no, I couldn't. He's too many wounds actually, but
yeah.
Over here, the Sharks took out the unit for eye for an eye as well. Also, just claiming this objective. And the Eidolon has just been going in to try and soften stuff up. Again, hoping for a prio to really turn the table. A prio here could be real big.
You retreat here in charge for sure. This would be massive, and this is the point where I'm kind of in one area. So a prio would be big, and just the thralls from that mistake earlier of not killing them. Like, look at how many thralls there are now, and you return 6 again. It's just like, oh god. Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about the interesting dynamic throughout this game. Obviously, we could have been burning objectives. But with how tight it is, here Ridge has been at the advantage of getting hold more where I haven't. Where Ridge, if you had been burning like 2-3 objectives at this point, would now be giving me hold more. And
each time
counting against what you can store.
Each time I could have burned one, it was 4-4 for you. So you would have got
I would have got a point
more
extra point as well.
Each time I would have done that. So doing the math, you can just kind of
also make it harder to hold more yourself. So that's where it's like, if you didn't hold, like take and keep an objective,
yes,
it's worth not burning it. That's why, didn't burn this one.
Yeah.
I want to try and sweep the board and hope you can't take them back.
You just got to win a prio, Jordan.
Just got to win a prio. I think I rolled 2 2s so far in priority.
So you're going to roll 1 now.
No. Last game I rolled 4 2s.
Perfect.
For priority, all 4 turns. So this time, I just don't want a 2.
You're going to roll another 2.
It's a 1.
Oh, it's actually so bad.
Well,
I think if you get the turn, it obviously would be, yeah, I'm obviously going to go here in this instance, but we can talk about it after. We could talk for 10 minutes now, but like we'll talk about it after.
We'll just jump into it, going into Nurgle, turn 4.
Let's go.
Praising the grandfather, the Nurgle battle tactic is eye for an eye. The cycle of corruption advances to rampant disease, and the Idoneth declare a proving ground. The Rotbringer uses heroic leadership, and the Soulrender uses their finest hour. The Rotbringer casts Arcane Bolt, then Mystic Shield on the Plague Bearers. The Thralls redeploy, moving 1 inch. The Thralls use all out defense as the Plague Drones attack, dealing 5 damage. The Plague Drones use all out attack and finish off the unit of Thralls. The Soulrender deals 3 damage to the Blight Kings. The Blight Kings split their attacks, taking out Lotan, but leaving the Soulrender with 1 wound. Finally breaking the Owl's forces, the Maggotkin complete their battle tactic and burn an objective for 6 points.
Okay, so back from Nurgle, turn 4. Yeah, turn 4. What happened? I
finished off the Thralls.
Finished off the Thralls that I have been hating this entire game.
Not by much.
No, and actually interesting, you made the proving ground here, which was smart.
Sensing you might go for the heroes, also did the finest hour.
Yep. And you doing that, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, all I need to do is keep 1 bug within 1. I'm going to probably burn that one after because I am going to not have my GVs there anymore. Yeah. But at the same time,
I redeployed, only got 1, but it was enough to get 1 model on the objective.
Yes, and then
if I had,
if I wouldn't have finished that unit off, so then that made me all 3 of my bugs to go into there because I was originally going to do 2 and stay within 1. I went with all 3 because they're in bounty hunters.
And that was the difference.
Yes, so I put through they did a ton of damage because not having the 5 aboard and everything, right?
Yeah, and especially thinking, like, my Soulrender lived, so I would have still brought back, a bunch of dice.
I think I would have, probably that 12-inch shot, I would have allocated a little bit different had there been any chance that any would come back. But then at this point, there was no Thralls left, so I was like, okay, 4 and 4. I'm just going to try to kill them both. He survives on one wound. There was 3 disease rolls after, which were 3 ups. I rolled 2 of 3.
Also, he rolled Snake Eyes on his Hangman's Knot.
I was going to say that after. So the funniest is Jordan rolls Snake Eyes on the thing that needs 2d6 over my wounds and can kill 1, which would have killed another couple.
Another 2 from Coherency.
Out of Coherency. But he rolls Snake Eyes, so doesn't kill him. Yeah. Then I proceed to put through 2 disease with him with 1 left, and he rolls Boxcars. Yeah. So 1s to 6s, and the Soulrender lives.
I did. Would have happily switched that around. Yeah. Slain 3 Blight Kings and died. He's going to die anyways.
But classic Warhammer, it needs to happen. Other than that, just kind of stayed in your zone, and just zoned everything else out. But and I'm going to burn the 1 here. Just because if you get the double back, I feel like an extra point.
I have the speed to get around to this stuff.
You're going to be able to get over there,
Yep.
So burning that, I think now over here doesn't matter because I'm going to hold that pretty much whatever. That's a gain, but Yeah, so I'll get a big 6 points here.
Yes, sir. That's about it. And yeah, we'll jump into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 4.
Yep.
Hanging on to the slimmest hope, the Idoneth battle tactic is gaining momentum. The Eidolon fails heroic leadership while the Rockbringer succeeds. The Eidolon casts Flaming Weapon. The Alopexes shoot at the Plague Bearers, dealing 2 damage. The Alopexes use Outlet Attack and take out the Plague Bearers. Finishing hard to salvage this battle, the Idoneth complete their battle tactic and burn an objective to score 6 points.
Deepkin, turn 4. Again, like having decent turns, just a little behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
You know, that was the risk of taking first, obviously, and the opportunity for you to get a double. You only got in 1 turn. I could have easily gone second and never won a priority either, and it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, and then you're not on top yet.
Or not necessarily the same thing because I'm dictating a little more, so would have been better, but not going too badly for what I can do. I'm getting everything I want to. Took both those objectives, so I would get hold more, and then I burn it afterwards for the bonus points. So I'll get 6 points here.
Yep.
Thought about saving it, but because you burn this one,
if you win the double, you'll still have a chance.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I thought about burning it to try and deny you hold more, but it's not. I can't deny you hold more.
No.
You have the potential summon, and if I win turn, it doesn't matter either way. So.
Yeah, you might as well at this point burn because then you're playing for the double at this point. Yeah.
So with that, we'll jump into priority.
That was the most so with that.
That's a 1. You win ties. So.
I'm curious though if you would have won this.
There's not enough because we've also been talking about our grand strategies.
Yeah.
I can't deny you from being within 3 of my boat, and you have more units in my territory than I have on the board.
Yes.
So no matter what, even if I was to come back, I'm not going to deny hold 2.
You wouldn't be able to kick down the flies. You could kill that.
Regardless, I'd probably take an objective, get hold more again, burn an objective,
killed both
get another
these heroes,
6 points.
But
if I had 1 priority.
Yes.
But here, you're going to be able to summon a hero onto my objective.
I'll just summon a spoil pocket or something here. Take this point.
You have battle tactics.
Hold more. I save it against the odds.
Against the odds, easy.
So I'm going to score another 6 here.
Yeah, so you'll get 6 points.
Yeah.
I have a couple options. I think you'd burn 1. I think, again, I take a point. I probably get 6 on my turn as well at the end.
Yeah, I burned obviously that one.
Yeah, you already did. Oh no, you burned that one. Oh, that's right, that's right.
The Gorby's chariot that has just been fucking sitting there.
But just for the sake of speed, likely we would both be able to get 6 points in these final turns.
Yep.
You don't really care to deny me because you also know you're getting your 3 points for your grand strategy at the end.
More in your zone, yeah.
And you've been 3 points ahead in this game, so putting you up 6 at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know what? I don't even think it's not even my prio luck, Ridge. I think it's just you're my problem with priorities. It's
the kryptonite.
I played a game yesterday in our league and won 3 prios in a row. Yeah, but no, it happens. And again, it's a risk to take first here.
I think you made the right play though, because that is, I had a 6-inch charge there. If I delete both those sharks right off the bat, I'm in a good spot.
And notably, that's hold more. That's hard. This is part of the the risk of being a 1-drop. Part of the downside is I deploy, you get to counter deploy.
Exactly.
So you went hard one side, away from my Eidolon and other sharks. Meaning, if you take out this unit of sharks, I have no speed over here.
Yes.
So in deployment, maybe I could have deployed my Reavers on those flanks, had my sharks more interior, so I could
pick which side you're going.
Go to either direction would have been a better change I could have made in deployment.
Yeah. This one too for people
hard mission.
Yeah, or people that play say not as big of armies. I know with Archeon when I was playing them as well. Usually you can't try to get all 8 points. If you don't have a lot of models and you don't have a lot of presence, the Nurglings are great to just pop here and there. But yeah, you kind of want to cut play for these 4 and then just try to get that 1 extra one. Or kind of, you can, like you said, pretty much. As soon as I saw those pieces go there, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going heavy this side. And then taking advantage of that.
Yep.
But
Yeah, maybe it would have been worth throwing the sharks into combat that turn 1 and trying to like take down the unit of bugs.
Yeah.
I didn't because it kind of just then offers them up to the counterattack, so
yeah.
I don't want to lose them. I think, like...
Yeah, because then my drones and the chariot possibly could have both went into there.
Yeah.
I would have loved to the Gorby's chariot to do something against Dill. He actually, we were joking around because I ran back
I'm going to shoot him, the bottom of 5.
No, he's
right
alive.
here, we're rolling it out.
His hands were already shaking.
Look at that, no misses.
This is not a valid roll. The Gorby's chariot survives.
Sitch that. Rend 1, he's dead for sure. But yeah, I think turn 5 prio, even if I wanted, I think it's too late at that point.
It's the classic. You need
turn
3 or 4 would have been.
Well, 2 or 3.
Or 2 or 3.
Two or 3 would have been the big ones.
Well, holding prio, yes, 2 would have been massive.
Yeah, and yeah. So wasn't to be though. Deepkin don't take the day today, but it's still a great match for us. So.
Feels good because with your Deepkin, it's always like they're an army.
They're tricky.
Very much.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they still got like. Besides doing a strategy, is 3-point game, right? And that's losing every prio.
Yeah.
So it's like the speed here in this list, like they have a lot of tools.
They do. It's the Thrallmaster in that one play. Obviously, it was the biggest one for me. Was like looking back, like Nurgle is so good because they have on their wheel. There's a few of them that can just change the game.
Yeah.
Like we talked about that. No piling in one can in a right position and can change the game. And same with the other one with the heroes not being able to do it. Had I just not been a dum-dum and kept my general within 7, that changes the game too, right? Like there's a couple that are just so
You know what I'm not gonna miss?
What?
Bounty hunters.
Yeah,
think about how much that changes this game.
Yeah.
If you're not doing 2 damage.
Yes.
With both here and as well as the first crippling hit from the post oils.
Yep.
That's like this it's one of those armies like at least the Thrall heavy builds or the Namarti heavy builds that I like.
Yeah.
They took a hit, and you think there's so many armies, right? Lumineth and
all the elves. Who cares?
Yeah.
Literally, it is though. Like all the best elf armies are. They hate GV.
Very GV heavy, but still a great game here today. So hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to find more content, definitely check out our YouTube membership, and there's a bunch of ways to support the channel. So we appreciate any support we do get. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in another video.
Have a good week, everyone.